You are now listening to the Wolf Sports Network live from the University of West Georgia in Carrollton, now on Odyssey Station.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into another edition of the Playbook here on WSN Wolf Sports Network. We have a jam-packed show for you guys today. But before we get into all of that, I want to introduce the guys that are around me, the greatest crew that I could have asked for. To the right of me, we have JT Groves. Across from me, we have Michael Miller. And as always, behind the board, Mr. Aiden Abey. And before we get into the show, I want to go and we got to pay the bills a little bit. So, have you ever wanted to support your favorite station while eating Waffle House hash browns? Wolf Sports Network is hosting a Spirit Night, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. That is the Maple Street Waffle House on February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Come join us before or after the UWG softball game against Jack State for an All-Star so we can be All-Stars. Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, February 24th.
And that's tomorrow. That's
Is
exciting.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to get me some Waffle House tomorrow. I'm excited.
And in a recent survey, almost 53% of full-time college students ages 18 to 22 drank alcohol in the past month. That is why Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign is here to remind you there is no drinking under the age of 21 and never drink and drive, even if it's one alcoholic drink, and add food and water when you drink so you don't end up texting your ex, which means know your limits. Aiden, let's kick off the show. All right, everybody in here, are you ready for the kickoff? I said, are you ready for the kickoff? So normally we start the kickoff with some kind of debate or something like that. But some recent events happened over the weekend that I wanted to shine light on, and that was on Saturday, Rondell Moore was found unresponsive after a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And I just want to make this point out there and say that anybody out there that's listening and is struggling with mental health, you matter. And any athlete especially that's dealing with this, you're more than just an athlete. You're a human. You have emotions and you have feelings just like the rest of us. He had to deal with two season-ending injuries, probably threatened his career, and he probably just never did think that he could make it outside of the game of football, and I think that's a problem within just athletics as a whole.
Yeah, and with mental health, I mean, mental health is no joke. So truly, if you are going through anything, definitely reach out. Friends, family, coworkers, whatever it may be, whoever's close to you, reach out and say something, because the more you keep that inside, the more it's going to eat you up inside, and that is not what you want. I mean, we saw the results of that, what could happen, and we wouldn't want that for anybody, so please reach out. There's also a hotline, Brandon. I think you have it wrote down. If you want to go ahead and list that off.
Yeah, if you or a loved one is struggling with anything related to mental health, the crisis hotline is 800-715-4225. That's 800-715-4225. And let me just let you guys, just kind of reassure you guys, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Especially as a man, because men's mental health is something that needs to be talked about a whole lot more. I think men need to say they love the people around them a whole lot more. So JT, I love you. Michael Miller, I love you. Aiden Abey, I love you. And behind the TriCaster over there, Richard Reed, I love you, big dog.
I think your hoodie is very fitting as well, saying you are enough. I think that's something that a lot of people need to hear. I don't think that, I mean, especially men don't hear that enough. I know I'm not going to go too in-depth on, like, men versus women, but I feel like men just don't get that kind of confirmation as much as women do. And so I feel like as men we do need to be more open to each other and letting each other know we are enough.
And I would just say, too, just to end this conversation, like reiterate what you said a minute ago, JC, about just like checking up on people, making sure people are always okay, because you never know. I'm 19, like I'm very young, but already I've known 3 people that have already taken their own life out of that, and they weren't extremely close to me, thankfully, so it was bad for me, but it is bad just because people are really good at hiding it. Like you would never, like those 3 people, like you would never ever suspect they would ever be dealing with anything like that. So just always make sure you're reaching out to people.
And I want to start the show. So what we're gonna have happen here is we're gonna have a 10-second moment of silence, and then after that, what we'll do is we'll get into actually talking about some college football. So. All right. So after that, let's talk about some college football, guys. I don't know if you guys listened to Josh Pate's recent episode last night that he dropped, but he gave a list of his top 5 college coaches, and I had a problem with it, and I think that all of us, I want to hear from all of you guys and know who is in your top 5 college football coaches list. And I want to start with Aiden over here.
Okay, on my college football, or for my top 5, I went with, the unanimous number 1 I feel like is going to be Kurt Cignetti.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming off of his national title, what he's done at Indiana has been absolutely, has been very impressive to see from in his first 2 years there, winning a national title. Then number 2, I got Kirby Smart, a couple national titles, not much else you can say about him.
Right.
At 3 is where I get controversial, and I go with Kalen DeBoer. Because I think if I want a guy who's going to be able to build a program from the ground up the way that I saw him do at Washington, and the way that I think that not turning around Alabama, obviously, but the job at Alabama is much more difficult. It's a much more difficult scenario to negotiate than he gets credit for, and the way that he's done it before the way he's done it so far has impressed me. And then at 4, I've got Steve Sarkisian. All right, the Texas job.
Steve
Steve Sarkisian at 4. He's built that Texas program back up. It was irrelevant for 2 decades nearly, and he's got
a
him
playoff win though. I'll give him
playoff
that.
win, SEC title appearances. He's got the program back to where it should be as one of the marquee teams in college football, and I think that's a very difficult thing to do when you've been mediocre as a big brand for so long. And then at 5, I've got Dan Lanning. I mean, just young, been really good at Oregon.
No Ryan Day.
No, Ryan.
Just a brief. No.
Yeah, if you want to, I'll get it. Ryan Day, I think, just is not very good at coaching. I think it's the opposite of DeBoer and Sarkisian on what they did, where they came into situations where it was difficult with people transferring out and wanting to not play for them anymore. Really, like a brand where you had to build it back to what it has been before. Ryan Day was given the biggest roster. Not the biggest roster, the biggest salary cap, we'll say, to build his team, and I mean he's done what he's done with it. I'm not really impressed by what I've seen from Ryan Day. He performs right where I think he should. And
you say like Ryan Day is like the Dave Roberts of college football.
yeah, it is very much. You've got the best team by a country mile, and you won a national title, but I feel like 60 of the college coaches could have won a national title with that Ohio State roster the way that it was.
I got you.
Yeah.
Michael, what's your top 5 look like?
All right. I thought I was going to get a lot of hate tonight, but with Aiden
Yeah,
not
mine
putting
was
in
probably
Ryan Day
we
and throwing
probably should have
Kalen
started
DeBoer
with
in there
me.
as
Mine
well,
was definitely
that's bad. So number 1, a lot of people probably are going to think I'm going to go Kirby Smart. Number 1, I'm not. I'm going Kurt Cignetti. If you go 27-2 at Indiana in 2 years and you win a national championship at Indiana, that's absolutely ridiculous. So Kurt Cignetti's number 1. I go Kirby number 2. We haven't won a natty in 3 years. Which is funny to be like. That kind of shows how good he is. I think that people are criticizing him for not being in the national title game or winning one in the last 3 years when you still got 2 conference championships. Obviously, the 2 national championships in there for Kirby. And number 3, I got Ryan Day, 1-time national champion. The reason I'll kind of differentiate from Aiden a little bit on there. I would agree he was born on third base. Absolutely, when Urban Meyer left, he was already given a top 5 roster in college football when he took that job. But I've seen a lot of coaches have that kind of talent and still not be able to do anything with it or win, and Ryan Day has done that consistently. Now, the Michigan hurdle's been a big issue for him, but finally getting over that this past year. So I like Ryan Day in the 3. My hot take, what I thought was going to be a hot take, but then Aiden had Kalen DeBoer at number 3. I got Kalen DeBoer in there at number 4. And for the same reasons, he's 124-20 as a head coach.
Yeah,
so really, really good. resume there for him. Took Washington to the national championship game. But the biggest thing that separates me from everybody, for him with everybody else, is look at his record against some of these other coaches. He's undefeated against Dan Lanning. He's undefeated against Steve Sarkisian. He's 2-1 against Kirby Smart. He's beating these really good head coaches that we're looking at now. Curt Cignetti skull drugged him this year in the Rose Bowl, but Curt Cignetti kind of beat the crap out of everybody this year, so that's not really something to take away. And then with Alabama, the past 2 years, this year in particular, they could not run the ball at all. I think the fact that Alabama made it to the SEC championship game and made it to the college football playoff is a testament to how good of an offensive mastermind he is, to have to thread the needle every single game and call almost a perfect game to win all those games they did down the stretch to get there. And then my number 5 is going to be Dan Lanning. I had some tough decisions here. I like Steve Sarkisian a lot. I almost put him there. Mm-hmm. I love Marcus Freeman. I almost put him in there as well. Yeah. But I'm going to give it to Dan because he's got the conference championship. He's made the playoffs the last 3 years, and he's got those 2 playoff wins there.
All right, JT?
Yeah, I'm going to go over to mine, and mine's pretty similar to your guys's for the most part. Number 1, I feel like the obvious is Curt Cignetti. Turning around a program like Indiana, I mean, you can't put anybody else above him at this point. Number 2, I do have Kirby Smart. I know 3 years since the national championship, but the years before that, they were just so dominant. And, I mean, they're still – like, they're getting criticized for not making the title game, which is, I mean, insane
That's
to
almost
me.
Nick Saban.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, that's a great place to be. Number 3, I actually have Dan Lanning over in Oregon.
Okay.
I like him. I mean, he's a young talent. I think that I mean, given the position that he's put in Oregon, I kind of have him and Ryan Day as like the 3 and the 4 right now. Those can go either way. I just think that Ryan Day was put in a better position, and it's hard to lose with the team, with a roster like Ohio State. So overall, I put Dan Lanning over Ryan Day. And then my number 5 is Mario Cristobal in Miami.
That's terrible.
That might be a terrible
That's
take.
awful.
To you guys. But, I mean, you're talking about a team that had Carson Beck and a great defense. I mean, Mario Cristobal being there, you led your team to a national championship when nobody thought you were going to be maybe even making the playoffs. And I was really impressed with how Miami fought in the playoffs, and they beat teams that it feels like they shouldn't have. Made it all the way to the title game, and then obviously they lost to Indiana, but they put up a little bit of a fight against a Curt Cignetti-led Indiana team who, I mean, it looked like the clear-cut best team in college football. I really like Mario Cristobal. I think that Miami has a bright future for quite a while as long as he's there. But I do also have an honorable mention. This is not like a now coach, but this might be like an end of the season. I would not be surprised if he's up in the top 5. Lane Kiffin at LSU. I think
up and comer.
not up and comer, but like on a new team going to LSU. I mean, he by the end of the season very well could be a top 5 coach. He could be on this top 5 list by the end of the season, depending on how the season turns out.
All right, so here's my 5.
Go ahead.
I'm going to start with number 1, Curt Cignetti. I think that's unanimous with any respectable college football analyst here. Number 2, I have Kirby Smart, despite how much I do hate it. I as a Georgia Tech fan, I have hated watching Georgia have all the success that they've had.
And as a person with just morals.
Oh, my gosh. If we're talking just strictly on the football field, Kirby Smart knows how to coach them up. Mm-hmm. 3rd, I have Ryan Day right there. I think, listen, he did get a talented roster when he first started there, but I think that he's able to elevate guys over there at Ohio State.
I've got one more thing I want to say about Ryan Day. I kind of bumbled and fumbled over it when I was trying to say it in the opening. He didn't just get the roster. He retained so much of that coaching staff that Urban Meyer had built, which is something that DeBoer and Sarkisian did not get with these elite programs. That I think that, like, Brian Hartline's going out and coaching his own team, and there's many of these cases where these Ohio State assistants have gone out have stayed in when other coaches from other programs would have left. And I think that really helps Ohio State's team continuity that they've built over these years.
I got you. And number 4, I have Dan Lanning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was, I think all of us had Dan Lanning in ours. But
True.
We went through the whole entire round right here. And you even had an honorable mention. And he was in your honorable mentions. Or maybe it was Michael's. Nobody said Marcus Freeman.
I threw him in.
Yeah,
I love Marcus Freeman. I think Marcus Freeman might be one of the best college football coaches in the nation. I think that what he's done over there at Notre Dame is very much respectable. He's got him to a national championship last season. And I think that you could argue that they could have been, should have been in the college football playoff this year. Well, yeah,
You can't argue that.
but I think that this is just the beginning over there at Notre Dame for Marcus Freeman. I
Yeah.
really like what he has going on over there, and I think that
Now that's an up and comer. He
that
could
is-
be on the
that's-
rise. I'll give,
did not
I'll give
say-
Marcus
I
Freeman
will say
an
I had him at
up-and-comer
number
on the
6,
rise
right? So
role.
I had him right there.
Yeah.
I did not say Lane Kiffin was an up and comer. I said he's young on this team, like on LSU.
all right.
He has not been here a long time,
So-
and I think that by the end of the season he could very well be up here.
So we can speculate what's going to happen this fall and all these coaches and how they're going to do. But let's talk about some sports that are going on right now. That is right. Your West Georgia Wolves was really heavy when it came to sports this past weekend. It got started with the women's basketball team who took on Central Arkansas here in the Coliseum. What was your biggest takeaway from this game, Michael?
I mean, just a complete collapse from the women's team in this game. Myself and Ryan Kroger were on the call for it. And the game started out well, had the lead at halftime. And I kept telling Ryan at halftime we were talking about, and I was telling Ryan, like, I felt like we were playing a lot better than Central Arkansas, but the game was still really close. It was one of those situations where I felt like we were the most better team, playing a better game. We were making some critical mistakes in the paint especially, and just allowing Central Arkansas to stay in the game. And then you look at the second half of this game, third quarter. Central Arkansas outscores us 27-17 in the third quarter, but we're still right there in it. It's a 4-point game. But then in the fourth quarter, 18-8, Central Arkansas wins it in the fourth quarter. And on top of that, I believe it was about 3 minutes left in the game, we were getting outscored about 15-2 at that point. So it was just a wild run there late in that game. Really unfortunate because Asia Donald had a great game, 17 points for her. Jasmine Jones was not her typical self, taking a lot of risky shots. There was a lot of opportunities where Grace O'Gara was open on the corner a lot of times, open down the paint. And Jasmine Jones kind of a little bit of a ball hog in this game, taking some shots that she wouldn't normally take throughout the rest of the season. So it's an unfortunate game right there because the Wolves, I felt like, were the better team for most of it, but couldn't finish it out.
So now the women's team now moved down to 5th in the ASUN after being tied for 2nd just a week ago behind Eastern Kentucky, Jacksonville, Stetson, and Central Arkansas. So we're going to see how that plays out. The women's games this week is going to include a road game at Queens tomorrow at 7 and at North Alabama Friday at 7 p.m. to close out the season for them. But there's also another team that was playing on the road on Saturday, and that was the men's basketball team. JT, tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we just talked about the women's team and how they are sitting pretty comfortably in the conference play right now, looking at making the tournament for sure by the end of the season. The men's team is on the verge of making that conference tournament. I want to shout out Nasir Mann for Queens, putting up 26 points in this win for Queens, 91-84 against the Wolves. Josh Smith off the bench led our scoring with 20, followed by Shelton Williams-Dryden, Kenneth Chime, and Matthias Zuzic. All three of those guys putting up 14 for the Wolves. The thing that killed us in this game, though, is the fouls. We had 23 fouls on Queens, led to 36 free throw attempts for Queens, which was
Made 28 of those. too.
made 28 out of 36 free throw attempts, and that's what ended up killing us in the end of it. We played a little bit too aggressive. Now, we knew going into it Queens was the better team. They had the better record. They have better wins. They're just better in the conference overall. And so we had to play our hearts out. We're playing for that last spot in the conference tournament right now, and we managed to fall just short of being a team that, I think we put up a solid fight. Just got to work on the fouls, got to work on those calls, playing too aggressive. The Queens now moves to 12-4 in the ASUN. The Wolves now fall to 6-10, still sitting at 9th in the conference with 2 games left. And those games are against Lipscomb Wednesday night at 7, and then ending the season against North Alabama Saturday at 2 p.m.
Which we're going to have live coverage of those, both of those games on WSN. Who's it? It's going to be Ryan and Orlando for that Lipscomb game on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And it's going to be me and Michael rounding out the basketball season with the last home game for basketball here at the Coliseum this year. But softball has started over here in Carrollton. Aiden, how's our softball team doing this weekend?
Well, this weekend we played 5 games. Went down to Mobile, Alabama, to play in South Alabama's tournament. Hopefully, it was a little warmer down on the beach than it was up here this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But the the West Georgia Wolves softball team was not hot in this tournament. They went 1-4. looking at it, trying to find a silver lining in going 1-4 in a 5-game slate over the weekend. The pitching improved in every game. We gave up 11 runs in the first, 7 runs in the second, 5 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and then only gave up 2 and got the win in the 5th game. So if we look at it from that perspective, by the end of the year, we will be shutting everybody out and winning every game. And hopefully that starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. where I'll be on the call
That is right.
for
You'll be on
the
the
West
call
Georgia Wolves.
against the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
That's exactly right.
That'll be what time? That game starts
5
at
p.m.
5, don't it?
5
It'll be
p.m., that's
you
exactly
and
right.
Jackson Vols on that one. But going back to this softball
Yes.
team now moves to 5-11 this year. Not as bad of a start to the season as our baseball team, which we'll get into a little bit later in the show. But looking ahead for the West Georgia Wolves, they're going to have, again, we said Jacksonville State tomorrow, not at 5. The Furman tournament weekend starts on
Another
Friday.
tournament.
Seton Hall, 10:30 in the morning. Winthrop at 1 o'clock that same day. Furman, again, Saturday at 11:30. And then they have a date with George Mason at 4:30 on Saturday. So
Who's
2
George
double
Mason?
headers.
Who's George Mason?
The university.
They're going on a date with George Mason?
That's crazy.
Pretty
Great law
lucky
school.
guy.
The Antonin Scalia School of Law. Shout out to George Mason University.
So hopefully they can start and get their season back on track with that one. So I think that maybe it's a good weekend for softball for West Georgia.
I really hope it is. And Aiden, I love your mentality going into it. But before we go into an ad break, I want to say that Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help produce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That's thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. And don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're talking some college basketball and also 7th inning stretch, some college baseball.
Throw it on a dime. It's Matty Fresh, and you're listening to The Playbook on Wolf Sports Network.
Sports Pack is here for you, providing all the West Georgia sports content you need to stay in the game. Tune in to Wolf Sports Network every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. so you never miss a beat as the crew takes you through the wild world of UWG sports, while also keeping you updated with your local Atlanta teams as well. Don't miss out. Sports Pack every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, only on Wolf Sports Network.
From the court to the diamond, Sports Pack has you covered. That's right, folks. The new semester brings an all-new season of Sports Pack, where every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7, the crew will take you through everything UWG athletics. We're talking men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, and everything in between. You don't want to miss it. So be sure to tune in every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 here on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Welcome back from this ad break. And have you ever wanted to support your favorite station while eating Waffle House hash browns? Wolf Sports Network is hosting a Spirit Night, February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House. Come join us before or after the UWG softball game against Jacksonville State for an all-star special, so we can all be all-stars. Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow, February 24th. And when it comes to fandom, nothing matters more than the fit. The logo you wear solidifies your love. Now you can be a Wolf Sports Network fanatic with our brand new merch store powered by Ozier Apparel. Go to wolfsportsnetwork.com and click around.
So if you missed it this past weekend, we had what I want to call a little bit of a preview of what the Final Four may look like. And that's going to be Duke and Michigan going head-to-head against each other, and Arizona and Houston going up against each other. But first, JT, how'd that Michigan and Duke game go?
Yeah, so, I mean, going into it, we had a feeling this was going to be game of the season. And, man, it really proved itself. Number 3, Duke, defeating number 1 ranked Michigan, who I thought was the best team in college basketball, snapping Michigan's 11-game winning streak. And also, the 1 seed and the 2 seed in the AP poll both lost. Ed's going to talk about the other game later. But Cam Boozer, probably the best player in college basketball, led Duke with 18 points. Isaiah Evans added 14 points for Duke as well. And in this game, Duke just absolutely dominated the boards, 41-28. And we thought Michigan's defense was good. It did not look too hot against Duke. Duke just managed to just beat them out in every facet. And on the other side of it, Michigan's offense really couldn't get things done either at the three-point line, going 6 for 25. So I want to kind of ask this question based off of this game. Is Duke the best team in college basketball right now?
So first off, before we get into this, I do want to say this was an absolutely atrocious goaltending call that they called with like a minute left in this game. Michigan's down 3, and today Murray goes to just go and pull up a jumper from about the free throw line. And Cam Boozer winds up taking the shot. Today Murray winds up blocking the shot right there. And yes, that was absolutely a block. If you haven't seen the footage, go back and look at it. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system before we got into the discussion for it. But how do we feel about this? Is Duke the best team in college basketball right now, you guys?
I don't know. I feel like because I feel like to me, like Duke, Michigan, Arizona, like to me, those are like the top 3 to me. And honestly, I really don't know because I think it depends on what we get each night. Like I came on here last week and I felt like Michigan was going to embarrass Duke. To be honest, I thought Michigan was going to expose Duke in front of everybody. Well, what do I know about college basketball? Duke comes out here and plays a better basketball game.
I've been saying for years.
In my opinion, there. So, and then Arizona, they slipped up a little bit, a couple weeks ago, but now they're getting back, had some big wins, the last week. So. I don't know. I don't know if we can say just yet. I think Duke, Michigan, or Arizona, though, to me, is the 3 that you got to look at for that.
What about you, Aiden? How do you feel about it?
All right, it feels counterintuitive to say this, but I'm going to go to bat for Michigan a little bit here. Brandon.
Thank you.
As Brandon said, there was some luck involved in this win, maybe some ref ball. And I don't really care about what the eye test says. I care about the raw numbers. All right, and when I go to the Ken Palm rankings, which is what really matters, everybody knows.
Absolutely.
Michigan is the number 1 team in the country. Better net rating than Duke, better offensive rating, better defense. If you play better offense and you play better defense, how are they going to be a better basketball team?
I like the way you think, Aiden.
And that is why Michigan is still the best team in basketball, despite dropping a game. Cam Boozer had a night. Duke got him once. If it happens again, re-rack the balls. Michigan wins it again. Michigan wins the next one.
I'm going to agree with you, but it's for a different reason. And I think it's because they, without a doubt, have the best player in college basketball, I feel like, in Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no debate with that one. But I'm going to say I would argue that Arizona and Michigan are better actual teams than Duke is. Because we haven't seen a Duke without Cam Boozer yet. And if Cam Boozer nearly had a triple-double in this game. Cam Boozer had 18 points. He had 10 rebounds and 7 assists. So what's Duke going to do if Cam Boozer's not there? I feel like if you have to rely that much on one player, I don't feel like
Probably
the team
lose.
aspect. That's why I'm saying they're not the best team, and there's other teams I take above them.
Well, you could say the same thing for Michigan and the same thing for Arizona. I mean, if you take out their best player, they probably will lose that game.
Yeah, you can make that argument for every team except for Kansas, who gets better. But
Kansas somehow gets better when you take out their best player.
You take out Yaxel from Michigan State, they still nearly have 4 players that are averaging at least 10 points a game. Like that. That's the status quo of team basketball that they're playing over there in Michigan.
Well, I mean, you take away those Cam Boozer points, and they're going to dish out to the other players on the team. I'll argue that they play more team basketball if Cam Boozer is not on the court. Because if you're running the offense through Cam Boozer and then you take him out, you have other guys on that roster who are definitely going to step up. I mean, guys like Isaiah Evans had 14 points in this game.
Solid players.
Caleb Foster, Caden Boozer. I mean, you got guys that can take the ball up the court and they can make plays. And you have these guys on your offense that can drive in and they can score. But, I mean, they're just getting outshined by Cam Boozer.
But I mean, Arizona just had a guy come off their bench and score 22 against Houston, who's the best defensive team in college basketball right now.
And fortunately for Duke, I don't think Cam Boozer is getting declared academically ineligible anytime soon. So I think arguing about if they're better without him is pretty moot. For talking about how the Final Four is going to go, I just think that Michigan, when you look at holistically the whole year, the whole team, give me Michigan over Duke.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Bring it all
I'm
together.
gonna agree with that take as well. I think that there's definitely some luck involved in this game. I think Michigan still looked like a pretty good team compared to even in this loss. I think they looked like the best team in college basketball still. I think that Michigan. I think this might be a Final Four matchup, maybe even national championship matchup in March.
We could very well see that.
Duke does have.
I think these are the best two teams in college basketball.
I would argue Arizona, because those are three teams right there.
You called Arizona a fraud last week on this show.
I didn't call Arizona a fraud.
You called Arizona a
last
fraud
week.
after losing 2 games, and now you want to say they're the best team in basketball
You know
again?
what? Yeah, Brandon.
No.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Stop talking bad about the Big 12 on my watch.
Brother. Arizona, Michigan, and Duke, I feel like are the top 3 teams in college basketball.
Why not?
You could maybe argue right there with UConn.
Why not
but
Arizona, Iowa State, and Houston?
Big 12 is fun.
The Big 12 is
12 is
awesome,
fun.
dude. Let's just
Big
watch
12
Big 12
Let's just have the Big
basketball all
12.
day.
The Big 12 tournament is really just going to be the national championship.
That's
to
what I've
be
been
honest.
saying. Instead-
Speaking of the Big 12, there was a pretty big game, if you have not heard of it, that happened this weekend in the Big 12.
Oh, the Big 12.
And that was
Forgot
the
about that.
Arizona Wildcats taking on the Houston Cougars.
And we saw the best team in basketball get a big bounce-back win after their losses to Kansas and was it Texas Tech? They dropped the other one too. Yeah, a couple big losses in the same week. People were down on them. Brandon Dyer, Michael Miller, JT
I wasn't
Groves.
too down on
We're
them. I
all
wasn't
on here
that
saying
hard
that they
on
were
them.
fraudulent the whole season.
I did
that
not
their
say-
24 straight wins didn't matter because they had lost 2 in a row.
I said
And
I was
then they go out-
skeptical.
Then they go out
I
here.
said I was skeptical.
They get a 73-66 win over Houston, one of the best defensive teams in basketball. And this Houston team played great defense. They kept Arizona 45% shooting, which is you can live with that and win. But where they really fell apart was on the offensive side of the ball. They shot just 35% from the field. They had 12 turnovers. They dug themselves a hole in this one. They couldn't get out of it. And we saw why Arizona might just be the best team in basketball. Maybe. Many have said.
One of 3, you know.
One
Yeah.
S tier and arguably. That's where it really. That's what really matters about it is Arizona's going to win the national championship. I don't even know why we do. Like we could cut this.
That's a
we could really
bold-
cut this segment down a lot quicker every week if we just were like, okay, here's what matters. The Big 12 is the best conference by a country mile. You're playing top
I don't think
25
it's a country mile.
by a country mile.
It's not a
You're
country
playing
mile.
the best teams in basketball every single week. In Arizona,
The Big Ten's doing the same
And you
thing.
don't even know how long a
The
country
Big
mile
Ten's
is.
doing the same thing. We got EuroLeague basketball up there in the northern states. They're playing team basketball up there in Michigan, Michigan State, Illinois.
maybe they should play defense instead. That's what I like to see.
They
Houston
are playing
and Texas
defense.
Tech. Houston
Michigan
and
played
Texas
a pretty
Tech.
good defensively game against Duke.
Why'd they give up a triple-double to Cam Boozer then?
That don't mean the whole entire defense was bad.
Oh.
Why did Houston?
Arizona would never do
Dude,
that.
Houston just gave up 22 to a bench guy who hasn't scored more than 10 all year.
He went on the scouting report. That's not you can't game plan for what's not on tape. I mean, that's not on them.
All right, so there is another sport that's near and dear to my heart, and that is college baseball. And our West Georgia Wolves were in action this past weekend.
Grab those peanuts and Cracker Jacks because it is time for the 7th inning stretch.
So, Michael, how about them Wolves last weekend?
Brandon, it's been a rough stretch here. Opening day for the Wolves 1-0. It was a good start to the year, and then 7 straight L's since then. 1-7 on the season. Went up to Little Rock this past weekend, and it's been so inconsistent. The pitching has not been there at all. The pitching has really, really struggled since that first game, and it's really unfortunate because the pitching looked like it was going to be actually a strong suit of this West Georgia team after opening day. That game that I was fortunate enough to call with Ryan Kroger again. We got a dynamic duo going on, me and Ryan Kroger over there.
There you go.
But they look really good. Luke really pitched really well in that game, that opening day game. But since then, the bullpen has really been the struggling factor in it. Wolves got swept this weekend, but it's not just the pitching.
Oh, no.
Right, obviously you're losing 6-5, 4-3, 6-1. So you're letting up a lot of runs in those games, obviously. But you're scoring 1 run in that last game on Sunday. You're only putting up 3 on Saturday. The offense has got to get going. Gabe Worth has been very good for this Wolves team. I think he should be the leadoff guy. He's hitting over 300. He's done a really good job just being a solid contact hitter. Reminds me a lot of Luis Ariz, honestly, when you watch him play, just kind of the play style they have. But a lot of guys, some veteran guys on this team, really struggling. Fano Cruz, who's got a lot of pop in that bat, still struggling with the strikeouts, got to get that down. But this Wolves team, it's really kind of everything just not clicking right now. Pitching is not clicking entirely, and the offense has been dead really the entire year.
And it's like I think things are clicking a tad, but nothing's clicking at the right time. Like you can't have a good top of the inning and a bottom of the inning at the same time, and I think that's what the Wolves are really running into right now. Lost by a combined 16-9 over those 3 games this weekend. There's a guy, Lex Kinney, made his first West Georgia start on Friday and had a good outing, 6 innings pitched, 2 runs allowed, 2 walks through 6. I think that's a decent, pretty good outing.
Agreed.
His bullpen did not have his back in this one. His bullpen allowed 4 runs in 2 innings. And then West Georgia, 6-5 loss in that one. Saturday, if I pronounce his name wrong, I'm sorry, you guys. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Evie Quiles.
Evie Quiles.
Evie Quiles. Came in for relief on Saturday after 5 innings. 1 hit, no run, 3 walks. Looked really good. Lineup struggled in that game. UWG only scored 3 runs, left 7 on base. You look at Sunday's game, West Georgia off to a great start in the first inning on Sunday. Scored a run, loaded the bases, left all 3 of those guys on base. 5 innings where Little Rock only faced 3 batters in that game on Sunday. So over half the game, it was just you're facing 3 guys and that's it. I think that this team needs consistency. Like, we gave up 21 hits, and we did get 21 hits. So we had the same amount of hits, but we had, 7 fewer runs.
That's another problem, too, is you're getting hits for leaving guys on base. I mean, that is, like, the biggest thing that's going to kill you in a baseball season. I don't care what level you're playing at, college, high school, MLB, minor leagues. I don't care what level you're playing at. If you get guys on base but you can't get them home, that's going to kill you in a series.
Yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity to interview Dom Murgo, the pitching coach for the Wolves, and he mentioned going 1-0 every game. And I hope I didn't mishear him, and I don't think he said 1-0 every season, and then just not winning the rest of the games. I really hope that's not the case in this one, honestly, because it's not looking good. I know later on in the season our pitching will start to get better. It looked a little bit better compared to our opening weekend. I mean, giving up 18 and 15 in back-to-back games.
I mean, I don't think Central Michigan was a fair team to assess what we had. I think Little Rock's a much better analysis on what we're working with here.
I know, but coming away 0-3 in that, I mean,
it's still awful. Don't get me wrong.
It's going to be rocky. It's going to be rocky to start the season, and it doesn't help that we're facing Auburn on Wednesday. But
that's tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? It's got Wednesday on the schedule, but no matter what, our next game is Auburn.
Oh, it might be Wednesday. My bad, guys.
Yeah, number 7 Auburn at that. So I'm hoping for us to pull off that upset. We'll see what happens, but I'm looking at this next 3-game series we have against South Alabama in Mobile, Alabama, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think that'll be an even better showing compared to Little Rock. I think we can come out of that one with a few wins and be happy with it.
And then now we're walking away from this series looking at ourselves in the mirror, and we've got a .214 batting average as a team, 11th out of 12 teams in the A-Sun, and a 9.63 ERA, also 11th out of 12 in the A-Sun. So things are not looking good
What are they doing?
at Cole Field this season. But outside of that, nationally, who do we think had the best weekend in college baseball?
Well, I think this is without a doubt, indisputably, going to be the UCLA Bruins, who really put it on a team that Michael Miller went to bat for last week.
Hold on.
Michael Miller went and was preaching the TCU gospel to all of us, telling us that this was the best team in baseball after they got wins against Arkansas and Vanderbilt. And I was on the show. Everybody heard me last week saying, Michael, pump the brakes. What are we talking about? That's not true. This team got run-ruled by Oklahoma in their final game of the series. You got to look at that stuff. And again, in this final game of the series, 15-5 in 8 innings, run-ruled. TCU, terrible weekend. UCLA just sweeps the number 7 team in the country. Nobody else did that good this weekend.
Yeah, TCU moved all the way down to 18. I mean, you're talking about a team,
Come on,
the
Michael.
number 1 team in the country outscoring the number 7 team 30-8 in a 3-game span. It's just, I mean, Michael, you got to do better,
All
man.
right, can I jump in here and defend myself for a
Yeah,
second?
yeah.
Okay, last week I brought up TCU as having the best weekend the weekend before, which was objectively true because they beat 2 ranked teams, including a top 10 team.
But
there.
they lost again.
I know they got run ruled, but still, they won the series. It's a big deal. All right. All right. And if you remember, when we previewed this series, TCU UCLA, I picked UCLA to win the series. I didn't think they sweep them, but I picked UCLA to win the series. It was Parker Andell, shout out, that picked TCU to go ahead and win the national championship already here in freaking February.
Probably
So if
because
wanna yell at
you were
somebody, yell at
whispering in
Parker
his
Andell.
ear, dude. It was probably your real plan. You were
little
feeding him
manipulative.
lies to get to worsen his credibility to take over some shows here.
Hey, I mean, give TCU credit. They bounced back again. They bounced back against Loyola Marymount 17-7. So give TCU some credit. They're still a good team. They're still going to go far.
No?
Dude, you mentioned
I'm
how
just playing.
dominant
That's
this team was
not good.
against TCU.
Not good at
They outscored TCU 30-8 this week.
Yeah, he said that.
I
JT
did
had
say
my
that.
back with the factual, statistical analysis. I just really wanted to make clear how wrong Michael was about stuff. That was my big thing.
Hopefully they can keep this one up because heading into this weekend, they have some good games ahead of them against Tennessee, Texas A&M, and Mississippi State, which we will talk about later on in the show today.
And look, I know there's a lot of ways that you can go about distracting yourself from this 214 team batting average we got going on, but you got to know your limits. In a recent survey, almost 53% of full-time college students ages 18 to 22 drank alcohol in the past month. That is why Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign is here to remind you there is no drinking under the age of 21. Never drink and drive, even if it's one alcoholic drink. And add food and water when you drink so you don't end up texting your ex, which means know your limits.
We'll be right back here on Wolf Sports Network.
April 9th, 2026. Wolfstock, the event of the year. Bring your friends and family out for fun games, prizes, and most importantly, good music from local artists. But why trust me? Because my name is Bliss, and I'll be performing at Wolfstock 2026, and I hope to see you there. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to boost literacy rates with our pre-K book drive. Our ongoing book drive will provide a new or gently used book to every child at UWG's Pre-K Monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. Together, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network will make a brighter future. Visit thewolfuwg.com/book drive. And when I read, I also like to eat. I'm a big fan of eating. And let's just say tomorrow at 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Maple Street Waffle House, we have our Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night. So after the UWG Wolf softball team plays Jack State tomorrow, we have Spirit Night tomorrow. and that is at the Maple Street Waffle House on February 24th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. So come join us before or after that game against Jack State and get yourself an All-Star special so we can all be All-Stars. Wolf Sports Network Spirit Night is tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, February 24th.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Playbook picks.
So we have some special matchups for you guys that are going on this weekend and this weekend. And we are going to start with the Michigan State men's basketball team traveling to take on the Purdue Boilermakers at 8 p.m. on Thursday. Michael, who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I like Purdue in this one. I think Michigan State's a very good basketball team. I think they can win this game, but I think Purdue's just a better overall team than them. It's at home for Purdue, so I'm going to go with the Boilermakers.
I'm going to agree with Michael on this one. I think Purdue is the better team in this one. I think Michigan State isn't going to be too prepared for this one because, I mean, they're going to be focused on that game against Michigan at the end of the season. So I think they're going to overlook this Purdue team a little bit. They're not going to worry about this one as much because they're more worried about that rivalry. Give me Purdue.
Yeah, Purdue's just a straight-up better basketball team. Braden Smith, probably my favorite player in the Big Ten, as a Big Ten hater. Really, yeah, fun guy to watch play some basketball, and give me Purdue cruising in this one.
You guys, I am not exaggerating when I say I think this might break a record for the most assists in a game. Both of these teams know how to dish it out and get assists. But I think that even though Michigan State's had a rough patch, losing to two unranked teams in the last 5 games, I think the Spartans have to bounce back in this one, and that's how they approach this game against Purdue, build a little bit of confidence before they start the Big Ten tournament. But they will not be the only team from Michigan that's in action. The men's team, Michigan Wolverines, will be traveling to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini, 8 p.m. on Friday. JT, who you got in this one?
Yeah, so it's really weird that when you look at ESPN, it's got Illinois winning this one, and I just do not agree. I think Michigan, like we talked about earlier, still, even after that loss, I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. I think they're top 2 in college basketball. I'll argue they're number 1 still. Give me Michigan in this one.
Yeah, I don't know what the ESPN matchup predictor is looking at right here, JT. I like Michigan a lot in this game. I think they're one of the best teams in college basketball, maybe the best team, one of those best 3. And like you said, I don't think they're going to lose back-to-back games, and they're going to come out with something to prove in this one and get a big win.
Well, guys, I said earlier in the show that I only care about the KenPom rankings. What do the numbers say? In Michigan, statistically, according to KenPom, the best team in the country. I don't really care about that. Give me Illinois in this one.
All righty then. I think for the first time in 3 weeks, Illinois will actually play a ranked team. I think they're going to get overwhelmed early in this one, and I think Michigan winds up running away with this one. They need to make a statement after that loss to Duke, and I think they get it done here against the Illini. Then moving over to women's basketball, you would never guess it, but we have another Michigan team here on this playbook pick. The women's of Michigan Wolverines going on the road to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Some people might say it's the best rivalry in sports. I would disagree. But, JT, what do you got?
I got the fact that you're wrong about that, thinking that Duke and North Carolina is better. Michigan and Ohio State is definitely the best rivalry. But Olivia Olson averaging 19 points a game, I think it's just going to overwhelm this Ohio State team. I think that both Michigan teams are going to get the win this weekend. Give me Michigan.
I completely agree with you. Now, this game is in Columbus, and this rivalry is just different. It's a different kind of game, regardless of what the sport is. So I really think Ohio State's got a great shot to win this just because of how much hatred and animosity there will be in that building for Michigan. It's going to be a really tough place, really tough environment for them to go and play. But I just think Michigan's a better basketball team. Like their lineup all the way through. Give me Michigan.
All right, well, there's been a trend in Michigan-Ohio State games of late where you can take the lower-ranked team, and that will be the one that comes out with the victory. That's been about the last 6 years in football. I'm going to go with it in women's basketball this time. I think Jeloni Cambridge, averaging 23 a game for Ohio State. These big games come down to the big players who are ready to ball out. Give me Ohio State winning this one in Columbus.
I think that these are 2 of the most prominent offenses in women's college basketball right now. It's going to be a really high-scoring game. Michigan averages 85 per game. Ohio State averaging 82 on their end, and I'm going to lie to y'all, there might be 200 points scored in this one right here, but I think that Michigan winds up winning this one over the Buckeyes, getting a big road win. And last but not least, the return of baseball to playbook picks, where we have the UCLA Bruins, who we talked about earlier, really heavy Big Ten playbook picks here. But the UCLA Bruins taking on the Michigan or Mississippi State. My bad, y'all. I got so used to saying Michigan. I seen Mississippi State and got confused right there. Mississippi State, 3:30 on Sunday. Aiden, who do you have in this one?
Oh. Well, this is unfortunate. I really wanted Michael Miller to pick in front of me, so I knew to bet the other way. But after what I just said, I'm going to go with the UCLA Bruins. I think that they are the momentum is on their side right now. Nobody can really compete with them at this current point in time, as seen by TCU.
Michael, your response?
I'm going with UCLA too. These are two of the best. I'm sorry. Not only the two best teams, well, two of the best teams in college baseball. They're two of the best programs in college baseball history. Two really good programs there, UCLA and Mississippi State. But I think UCLA proved how good they were this past week, and TCU still a really good baseball team in my opinion. But they took care of business against them. Did not allow them to do anything. Got the run rule on Sunday. Big win there for them. Ross Chalowski is the best player in college baseball, probably other than Drew Burress. They're up there tied with each other, pretty close. They'll both be a top 5 pick, and they'll be drafted. So give me UCLA.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it a 3-0 count here. Give me UCLA in this one. I mean, we mentioned they absolutely demolished TCU this past week, and I think they're gonna give Mississippi State their first loss this weekend. Give me UCLA.
You know, guys, it makes me sad seeing Brandon Walker sad. If you don't know Brandon Walker,
actually makes me pretty happy. Get some good content out of that.
He's a big Mississippi State Bulldog fan, and I'm gonna have a sad weekend on Sunday because UCLA is gonna beat Michigan or Mississippi State by I think at least 5 runs, and Brandon Walker's just gonna have to be sad on Sunday evening. But needless to say, on the diamond for that one, there's gonna be a lot of people searching to be campus legends. Aiden.
I couldn't find the thing. We got there though.
First. Who's first?
I'll take it.
That is right. It is our signature segment of the show, Who's That Campus Legend? We're going to start with Aiden today.
My player attended the University of Central Michigan.
Good grief.
Oh, my gosh. All right.
Oh, okay.
My player.
This is like 3 guys. There's only 3 guys.
My player played left tackle.
JT and I were just talking about it.
Can
earlier.
Can I lock in?
You always can lock in.
I'm locking in. This is probably nowhere close to right.
I forgot his name. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I forgot his name.
I told you his name straight up before the show.
This is definitely not right.
He was drafted first overall in the 2013 draft.
I don't hate my guess. I just don't know what college this guy went to.
I think that I have it. I think I've got it.
He thinks he's got it.
You know the first overall pick.
I
in the
get it.
2013
Dude,
draft.
He thinks he's.
There's some offensive tackles right there that all got bundled up together for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess, but I don't.
I think I got this wrong actually. No, that I think I'm remembering. This
Locking in.
Okay, y'all want the years played and stuff?
Go for it.
I
Yeah.
got 2013 to 2020 for Kansas City, 2021 for the Indianapolis Colts. He is now retired. We'll take a look at everybody's guesses. Brandon,
Eric Fisher, right?
Fisher,
This guy
Trent
even
Williams,
exists?
Orlando Pace.
Oh, what some pulls! I'm glad.
Eric Fisher is the correct answer. I did reference him in conversation to Brandon before the show.
I was going back and forth.
A little bit of a collusion. Yeah, there was a little collusion.
I was going back and forth on either him or Luke Jokel. One of them came from Texas A&M, and I couldn't remember which one of them did.
Brandon locked in for 3.
Yes, sir.
Eric Fisher, though.
All right.
Come on, guys. The last offensive tackle to go first overall. Y'all don't know that?
I'll be next here. Boise State.
Ooh.
Went to Boise State. Any kind of.
I'm gonna lock in.
All right.
You know what? Give me the marker. I'm locking in as well because I do not.
I feel like I know who this is gonna be, and I can't really think of his name.
All right.
I think I have a history with this guy.
He is a running back.
Oh. That was the only position. I mean, I guess it could have
Yeah,
been. There's a quarterback that it could have been, but
it maybe could have been a quarterback, but
he went undrafted.
All right, yeah.
I don't know if I had it.
Undrafted, but this man certainly is a campus legend.
I'm gonna keep waiting.
All right. Played from 2009 to 2011.
Oh, what?
I didn't get it. This is the guy.
Only played 2 years.
This is going to be the dude that did the Statue of Liberty play for him in the Fiesta Bowl, but nobody knows who that is, dude. Oh, I know the guy who did the Statue of Liberty
Give the
played.
teams,
All
Brandon.
This is gonna baffle y'all.
You had to Google it.
He
before
played
you
for the
did it.
Vikings, the Cardinals, the Lions, the 49ers, and the Dolphins. All in 2 seasons.
That's what's going to baffle us. Not he went undrafted out of Boise State.
So he was drafted by the Vikings.
This is a prominent guy in college football.
Not in the NFL.
He's a campus legend.
When we have NFL legends, I'll let you know.
All right.
I'm not even gonna write anything down.
I locked in for 5, bro.
I did. You locked him for 5.
I did.
This is a running back,
I just threw it
Ian
out.
Johnson, who wound up scoring on the Statue of Liberty play.
Are you
that-
sure? It
Who would've thought?
Nash and Genty.
I got Jay Ajayi, Boise State legend.
That's good. That's good. Good.
He was a good running back at
All
Boise
right,
State.
and JT, you're next up here.
I am, and
believe
I
It was either him or Legarrette
my
Blount. It
player
was one of those
went to
Patriots running
Texas A&M.
Oh,
Oh, what was
I-
that
I
tackle you were
guess.
talking
I
about?
think I'm not going to, but I kind of want to jump in.
I'm not gonna go too in depth on his position, but he played defensive line.
Oh, I know who this is. I know. Give me a marker. Give me one that
He
works.
plays
Give him a marker.
defensive line.
Plays.
Give me
defensive
one
line.
that works.
Oh, so he's
I'm
active
going
in
to
the
just because
NFL.
Brandon's locked in. I got to keep pace with
I just
Brandon.
40 and slipped you, dude.
Yeah, you got me good.
I'm locking in too.
You're gonna regret it.
They're gonna say they're guessing Miles
All right,
Garrett. Both
So
of them right now are
this
guessing
marker
Myles
is
Garrett.
this marker is really bad.
Hey, Michael, can you
Oh.
pass me that one? Because that one can't write really. Thank you.
You
Are
can
you
still
not
see
locking
what
in?
I wrote,
No,
All right. First in 2017.
though.
that's annoying, dude.
They're writing down Miles Garrett right now.
In honor of the Olympics.
I-
Chloe Kim's husband.
Dude, I thought we were gonna be better than that. Miles Garrett.
He got drafted in 2017, still plays, and the teams he played for are the Browns and the Browns and the Browns. Flip those boards.
Miles Garrett.
Can't see your board.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it's,
playing.
it's
I could tell it's Miles Garrett. Yeah. Easy one. Felt bad for us not getting points that last round, so.
Well, now you just screwed me out of a point, so you should feel worse.
All right.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
Michael,
You
you're
just-
the
you
last
just-
one
I'm
for
still in dead
tonight.
last.
You just gave to the rich and stole from the poor. So
I
feel-
I'm actually the poor in this
feel
case
good
scenario.
about yourself with that one.
I'm the poor in this case scenario. I'm giving out as the poor man.
All right.
Man.
This guy went to the University of Georgia.
Oh.
He did do Stetson.
There
didn't
is a lot of guys that's come out of Georgia.
Next in.
He was a wide receiver.
Ooh.
Not a lot of those though.
Yeah.
Terrible wide
Mm.
receiver school.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of 2 guys here. There's only got to
Yeah.
be 2 guys.
He
It
was.
just depends on the
Is
year.
it draft year next?
Yes.
I would love to hear it.
2015.
What?
In the third round.
Third
76th
round,
pick.
2015.
Third round, 2015.
Oh, give me the marker.
Oh,
This might be wrong, actually.
I may be.
20
No, this is actually a
15,
horrible
third round.
guess.
I'm gonna guess
This is a
name
horrible
here.
guess.
I'm gonna
actually.
play it a little bit safe here because I have a
Brandon, this marker does not.
I have a guess in mind.
I like this player. This is a player that I enjoyed watching play football at the
Oh,
University
wait.
of Georgia, which are few and far
That
between.
I was about to say that says
I don't.
a lot.
I don't think I'm gonna guess. Actually. Never mind.
No,
Had a 10-year career. So he's retired now from 2015 to 2024.
still not gonna do it.
I don't gotta guess.
I'm playing it safe.
I'll probably get it when I hear the teams.
And his teams, the Chiefs and the 49ers.
Ooh. Ooh.
I think I know who this is.
Ooh.
I thought that there was. I'm gonna guess it, but I don't.
Oh my gosh, like I can see the player, but I can't think of his name. This is bad.
I would say the Chiefs is probably his
Yeah,
most.
gave
well-known
him
team.
a lot of credit calling him a wide receiver.
He was a wide receiver.
He played another position.
I don't
much
think
better.
this is right, but
No, Aiden, give that little hint again. What did you just say? Poor helping the poor, please.
He wasn't known for catching passes.
I think you may have the wrong guy.
Nah, I don't. I know it all.
I think I may have the wrong guy though. I really do think I might have the wrong guy.
Ooh, I have his name. I don't have his name. I can't. I don't have a guess.
I'll flip the boards.
All
Yep.
right.
I went with Isaiah McKenzie,
Oh,
the human joystick.
wait,
So
no.
those are two-
I didn't
no,
think
it's not,
it was
it's not
right.
him. He
Yeah, I
played for the
know.
Bills.
They're two good guesses. They're playing for
Because-
Bills, though. That's why I was in that. Chris Conley.
Oh,
Nobody thinks of
okay.
Chris Conley ever.
Played for 10 years.
Well, that'll do it
Human
for
joystick.
this episode of the Playbook. Here from Carrollton, Georgia. It's been JT Groves, Michael Miller, Aiden Aby. I'm your host, Brandon Dyer. You guys have a good night.
You're listening to The Playbook, your home for college sports.